If you haven't already, go watch the first Zarya grav spots video for 6 completely different locations. Here are 6 more Zarya spots to use your Graviton Surge in. Let's head straight into the first one. On Volskaya, it takes a lot of setup to perform the illegal Volskaya grab, but if the time is right, you can really get some fun out of it. There is an invisible section that you're able to shoot through, but only on one side. You're able to use this to fire a grav on the far right side of the point if you're wanting to contest the choke of the point entrance. Remember to aim just a little lower than the actual hole, as Graviton travels in an arc motion. Or use it offensively, use this same hole but angle your shot over to the left so that it hits the center of the point. Again, aim a little lower than the actual hole. Heading over to Lijiang now for the Garden's window toss. There is an intense battle taking place on the point. Your team gripping on for dear life, trying to turn the tides of the fight, but their Zarya carriers all the way in spawn. Alright, don't get too invested. If you need to mail a grav to the point from spawn, walk in a straight line out of your spawn door, aim at the pepperoni of the spire nipple as soon as you see it, and it'll glide right through that window straight onto your side of the point. Here's how it looked like in real time. So just the moment you see the bottom of that spire section. Becomes a lot simpler when you get the hang of it. On Nepal, I like to perform the Nepal skipball trick shot grab at any opportunity I get. Now, you can perform this on any of the control maps that have spawn hangers, that being Nepal, Lijiang Tower and Ilios, but since I'm showing it on Nepal today, it is the Nepal skipball trick shot. Once you've built up your Graviton Surge over the previous fights, begin schmooving your spawn basketball to the point area. As you're hitting it, do be careful not to lose it in the 4th dimension void space. After you have successfully made it past the obstacle course, plant your basketball on the point and then set it loose with that grab you've been holding for like 5 minutes now. The enemy team are in for a rather pleasant surprise actually, sending them all the way up to the top of the map. And this spot, if you want to call it that, is really cool because it's reusable over and over again, as long as you're able to keep track of that basketball after you grab, and okay. Rialto is a great map, it really is. I love Italian culture almost as much as I love this next spot. That's right, the Through the Spire and the Panes. Because like Dragon Force and Panes like window pane. Okay, never mind. Similarly to the one on Lijiang, this is a spot used for your team and not yourself, unless you have a Lucio speed boosting you. And it is to toss a grav onto the 3rd point entrance choke from your spawn. You'll be aiming through the spires and the window panes in the little dip that they create. You're wanting to aim slightly over to the right for this shot, so walk along the left of the bridge, and as you begin walking up to the bridge, shoot in between the 2 domes, aiming just above the tallest central one, and it'll fly right over to the choke. Here it is a little more practiced and in real time, just to get a better idea of how it should be looking. Now this one is quite lenient, so don't worry too much about the exact positioning that I'm aiming at. Heading over to Horizon Lunar Colony. Holding the point is a common strategy, and attacking on the high ground is also an equally common thing to do. If they decide to enter through the forbidden trapezium, greet them with a naughty tire grab, and watch them get violently thrown around the point. You can't eject someone into space on this map, but this is probably the closest thing to it. And finally, we're ending on a good one, and yet again, finishing with Junkertown. This is a filthy and very unexpected way to grab the choke entrances on both sides, and I'll teach you just how to do both. For attacking, head up the far right stairs and wedge yourself in this little corner divot here. You're going to be grabbing this choke entrance over here. Make sure you're wedged right into the corner, then aim upwards. This will make it incredibly unlikely to be countered by DM or Sigma. This one's called the Junkertown out and back in again, because that is quite literally what you're going to be doing here. Aim up at the first curving window. Now use the corner of your gun aimer and line it up with the inner corner of the window. Zarya sways her gun a little, but anywhere in her sway range should work just fine. Yeah, well, apart from when she decides to do that shit. Set her loose, and then make your way along the fidget spinner to follow up on that grab. And the defensive variant of this grab goes as follows. Again, make your way up to the high ground opposite. There isn't a corner divot on this side, so just push yourself up to the center of the window entrance. Just here. This lineup is a little more complex, so pay close attention here. Aim the far right corner of your gun aimer with the far top window corner. Then, keeping horizontally aligned with this, move your gun aimer vertically until it is in line with the window corner next to it. Then shoot your grab. Then shoot your grab. Make your way along the fidget spinner to follow up on this grab, to be remembered as the coolest Zarya player to walk the planet by everyone in that lobby. Make sure you check out the previous one of these for 6 entirely different grab spots. You're either a fool or you hate knowledge if you don't. And do let me know if you want another episode of this down below. I'd be happy to make more for you. If you have any suggestions of other things I should cover, leave that down below too. And make sure to read all your comments, guys. I get round to all of them. Enough love. Stay motivated.